Welcome to District Dialogues. I am Fulton County Commissioner Marvin Arrington Jr., representing District 5. District 5 includes parts of the city of South Fulton, Southwest and Southeast Atlanta, East Point, Union City, and College Park. Some of the great landmarks in District 5 include Zoo Atlanta, Fort McPherson, which is now home to Tyler Perry Studio, Porsche's headquarters, the Camp Creek Marketplace, and my favorite, the Wolf Creek Amphitheater. During this show, we hope to share information about organizations, initiatives, and resources in District 5 and throughout Fulton County in areas which I champion. So let's get straight to it. I am proud to serve as an executive sponsor for safety in Fulton County and a member of the Justice and Public Safety Committee for the National Association of Counties, also known as NACO. In our Justice and Public Safety segment, we like to share information from partners that provide resources and information about public safety and justice. Today, please meet Ms. Jocelyn Watkins, the South Fulton prosecutor for the Fulton County District Attorney's Office. Welcome to the show, Jocelyn.
Thank you, Commissioner, for having me.
So tell us a little bit about yourself and your role as the South Fulton Community Prosecutor.
Well, I am a Metro Atlanta native. Fulton County was not where I resided growing up, but I went to high school there. I went to church there. I still go to church in Fulton County in South Fulton. And I played recreational sports in South Fulton. So this is home, and I'm so glad to serve the areas that helped me grow into the woman that I am. But who am I with the office? I'm the South Fulton Community Prosecutor. So I represent the 8 southern jurisdictions that are south of Atlanta to help with quality of life crimes and building a relationship with the community.
Awesome. And so what are the roles of a community prosecutor? How do you work with those 8 jurisdictions in prosecuting cases?
So honestly, the job is probably like 3 jobs in one, if you think about it. My main role with the police departments is to be at their CID or their crime information districts, to be at those meetings. And so I know what's going on the ground as it's happening. And the kinds of crimes that I prosecute are burglary crimes, theft crimes, drug crimes, and general quality of life crimes. But I don't just do it for any person in the county. I'm looking at repeat offenders. And what that means for a district attorney is anybody who has 3 felony convictions within the last 5 years or 5 felony convictions in a lifetime. We want to stop the flow of crime going into our neighborhoods. So that's one part. The other thing that I get to do is to be the liaison for my office with our communities, things like National Night Out or whenever there are town hall meetings, HOA meetings, anything where the community gathers, I want to be there. So if they let me know, I'll make sure to show up and have information for them on what's going on with their cities. And then the final thing that I do is I get to be a part of the think tank within our office. So Mr. Howard loves to approach crime from a proactive measure, not just prosecuting crime, but coming up with solutions. And so I get to be a part of the team that helps figure out ways that we can solve crime once and for all in our county.
Well, it sounds like you are definitely staying busy, and the county is getting their money's worth out of their South Fulton Community Prosecutor. What are some of the challenges that you face in your role as South Fulton Community Prosecutor?
I love all 8 of my jurisdictions. Some of them I'm a little bit more familiar with, and so because the job is trifold, it doesn't allow me as much one-on-one time with each jurisdiction. And so that just kind of falls on me with time management. And then whenever they have a real need for me, they know they can get in touch with me. They've got my cell phone number, and it's on 24/7. But the other challenge is just really helping the community to understand how they can be involved. And that's where we introduce Court Watch from our office so that they can understand what the process is and how they can really be involved in the criminal justice system.
If you will, explain the Court Watch program and some of the other plans that the district attorney's office may have going forward.
Sure. Court Watch is an opportunity for citizens to come in. So let's say East Point, one of your cities. there is a burglary that happens in East Point. Well, it might just be that one house that was burglarized on that particular day, but the community at large suffers. It makes everyone feel less safe, property value, the need for increased patrolling, everybody suffers. And so what we encourage is that the members of that community, be it just that neighborhood, that block, the city of East Point at large, come in so that they can tell the judge, this is affecting us. These are the kinds of changes that we want to see in our community. And so we allow them to really be a part of the process, because most people, honestly, never understand what a prosecutor does unless they happen to be a defendant or, unfortunately, are a victim or a witness in a case. And neither of those circumstances are really great time to make a first impression. So that's Court Watch. But we always do our youth programming. We want to get to youth while they're young. So in July of every summer of every year, we have our junior DA program. Please, 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 South Fulton Youth, come out. We'd love to have you. And then we also have Legal Lives, where we work with our fifth graders from across the county starting in January. And then we do a mock trial competition around May-ish every year. So it's wonderful.
The Court Watch program is really awesome because it really gives people a chance to participate and witness the system and see how the wheels of justice turn.
Exactly.
And the Junior DA's program is also a great one. What are some of the things you enjoy most about being a prosecutor and South Fulton community prosecutor?
I love meeting my community members and just really getting to advocate for them, being that one-on-one direct line of contact that they have with our office. Again, you don't really talk to a prosecutor except for in a few circumstances. They're not really great, but I get to be there to build those relationships and build those bridges so that we have really good grassroots efforts, really good community-based prosecuting so that we understand what's going on, what their needs are, and how we can meet them. So I love it.
Well, you sounds like you enjoy your job, and I know that you're doing a great job because we hear the good response from the community on the work that you all are doing. In addition to working on behalf of the citizens of Fulton County, you also work for one of the nation's most notable district attorneys, Paul Howard. What have you learned from him thus far, and how has it helped with your role in the community?
So Mr. Howard, like you said, is so notable. One, because he's been in his position for several terms and has had a chance to really understand and grasp what it means to be a prosecutor for one of the larger counties in our nation. And so the things that I have taken away from Mr. Howard are probably twofold. The first being that it's really about the victims. It's always about going the extra mile and advocating for our communities. And whenever people come in, they're always like, oh, I want to do good work. But good work requires effort. It does take time. It doesn't end at 5 o'clock. And so it goes long past Monday through Friday. And it really requires a genuine desire to want to do good work. And so it's all about the victims. The second thing is about being proactive and finding solutions. We're not just a prosecution office that's looking to worry about conviction rates or say, hey, well, we just got the crime, we'll prosecute it, and then that's the end of our interaction. No, Mr. Howard's looking to really find lasting solutions to the problems that our community sees. And so being proactive and really being dedicated to my community is something that I admire about him. And hopefully, over the years, my community will see our true characters that I have.
Well, it's such a pleasure to have you here today, Ms. Watkins. And keep up the good work and continue to keep us safe in Fulton County, and particularly in South Fulton County.
Thank you so much, Commissioner Arrington.
Hey, thanks for coming. When we return, we will have our D5 Spotlight. Stay with us. In our D5 Spotlight, we give recognition to organizations and individuals who are striving to empower our community. Our next guest is Alan Wiley, the president of the National Panhellenic Council of Greater Atlanta. Welcome to the show, Mr. Wiley.
Thank you, Commissioner Arrington.
So tell us, what is the National Panhellenic Conference of Greater Atlanta, and what is their mission?
The National Panhellenic Council of Greater Atlanta is made up of the 9 Black Greek letter organizations. Historically, the 9 Black Greek letter organizations have been instrumental in making a difference in the communities in which we serve. These organizations are designed to have events that impact young people and old, and the National Panhellenic Council is the umbrella organization that serves the chapters within the council.
And tell us about the Divine 9 5K walk and run that you're hosting.
So this is the second annual Divine 9 5K. It is a community event. And we are having this event to allow our community to experience fitness, fellowship, and fun. The proceeds of the race will go towards scholarships and supporting our community programs. This year, we will have high school seniors receive scholarships as a result of the proceeds raised from last year's race. And we will do the same again this year, and we're expecting to have a great turnout.
And where will the Divine 9 5K take place? Where will this take place?
The Divine 9 5K will take place at Waccamaw Park. So we selected that location because it allows us to bring the service areas for the chapters that we have within our council, an opportunity again to come together, to fellowship, to have fun, and to raise monies for scholarships and to support our community programs.
How would people find out more information about the Divine 9 5K and the great work that the Panhellenic Council is doing?
They can learn more about the Divine 9 5K by going to our website, www.divine95k.com. 9 is spelled out, so it's DIVINENINE 5K.com. You can also find out about current community programs by going to our Twitter as well as our Facebook page, which is on MPHC of Greater ATL.
Okay, and what Greek organizations are you affiliated with? I'm a Kappa, and what is your affiliation?
So I'm a member of Alpha Phi Alpha fraternity, and we have within the council, we have the 9 Greek letter organizations. So we have the Iotas, the Kappas, the Alphas, the Sigmas, and the Omegas. That's the fraternities. And then with the sororities, we have the Sigma Gamma Rho, Delta Sigma Theta, Alpha Kappa Alpha, and Zeta Phi Beta.
Well, I certainly know of all of the great service work that those organizations have done and continue to do throughout the years. So certainly glad about that. Tell us about some of the other initiatives for the Greater Atlanta MPHC.
So the National Panhellenic Council of Greater Atlanta has had several events where we have helped our members communicate to the citizens about the opportunities to vote. So we had a voter education event in the fall. We recently had a City of Atlanta mayoral forum. We have also participated in projects with Hosea Helps. So annually, we have our members come together in Greek unity to help with feeding the homeless. Last year, we had a blanket drive. This year, to celebrate the 87th anniversary of the MPHC's founding, we are having a MPHC Day of Service. And we will ask all of our members to provide socks, to donate socks so that we can provide those socks to the homeless. In addition, I talked about the scholarships that we provide. The scholarship campaign that we have will be what we use to allow our council to support young people as they venture out into college.
Thank you. Any final thoughts that you'd like to share with the greater Fulton County community about the National Panhellenic Conference and the great work that you all are doing?
Well, the National Panhellenic Council is here to serve our communities through the chapters that make up the council. We are here to be a support mechanism to ensure that we have a vehicle to assist in all the activities that take place in the district.
Mr. Weiler, we thank you for your service and all the great work that you and the National Panhellenic Council are doing. Thank you for coming to the show today.
Thank you. My pleasure.
We will be back in a moment with our Arts and Culture segment. Stay tuned. In addition to being an executive sponsor of public safety in Fulton County, I also serve as executive sponsor for arts and culture. Externally, I also serve as the vice chair of the Atlanta Fulton County Recreation Authority and a member of the Arts Commission for the National Association of Counties, or NACO. As such, I like to share with you arts and culture organizations and programs in Fulton County. Today, please meet Matthew Terrell. He's the Director of Communications with Dad's Garage Theater Company. Welcome.
Thank you so much for having me.
We're glad to have you. So, what is improv theater?
So improv theater is unscripted, though we have shows with some themes in them. We don't have a script. We've got sets and costumes, but when the actors go out, they don't know what's going to happen.
And what can one expect at Dad's when they come to see a show at Dad's Garage Theater Company?
Well, at Dad's Garage, we like to believe that we improve communities and perspectives and everyday lives through the power of laughter. And so you can expect to find a really fun, happy time at Dad's.
And how long has Dad's Garage been around, and what has the community response been?
We've been around since 1996. Originally, Dad's Garage was in Inman Park in an abandoned auto shop. They were there for about 16 years or so. Redevelopment of that neighborhood caused us to lose our temporary home. It was a rented space. And so we fundraised and we bought our permanent home in the old 4th Ward right now. And we've been there since 2015.
Beyond the professional shows that you perform, what are some of the other services that Dad's Garage provides?
Well, we have improv classes. Everybody who is on our stage has been through our improv class system, levels 1 through 4, some script writing classes, and long-form improv classes. We actually really have a fun time with our corporate improv workshops as well. So people like SunTrust, Coca-Cola, banks, and even small nonprofits will hire us to come in and teach improv to their associates as a way to be a really great team-building exercise.
Well, I'm sure everyone could benefit from learning how to think on their feet and speaking fast. How can Fulton County residents connect to the various services that you offer?
Well, you can always go to www.dadsgarage.com. You can come down to our location in the old 4th Ward at 569 Ezard Street. Or you can come see us at Bacon Fest, which is our yearly fundraiser every March.
And what other ways are there to help support if someone isn't interested in perhaps coming to see the theater, but they may just want to support? What are other ways that they may be able to support?
I would suggest checking out DGTV, which is our online TV channel. We have a series that we just put up called Heart of America, starring Amber Nash. She's one of our improvisers. She's also in a show called Archer, which is produced here in Atlanta. And it's this really wonderful show shot here in Georgia that is about all these different crazy characters coming together in search of Bigfoot.
Well, it sounds like you guys are doing a lot of great work at Dad's Garage, and I have to get by there soon to check it out.
Please do.
It's been a pleasure having you on the show, Matthew. Please come back anytime.
All right, thank you so much.
We'll be right back with our motivational moment. As we conclude today's show, we would like to receive words of inspiration and motivation from Bishop Gregory L. Fan Sr. of Liberty International Church.
I want to talk to you today about love. With so much hatred and so much discord in our world and society today, we must learn to show love from the heart and not speak love from the lip. So today, let's show love.
Thank you, Bishop Fan, for those words of inspiration and motivation. As our show comes to a close today, I invite you to stay connected with my office. You can reach me by phone, email, website, and through social media on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Thanks for watching District Dialogues. We'll see you next time.